Welcome to this Myadvertisingpays presentation. My name is Tony Booth. I'm the Communications Executive for Myadvertisingpays. You see a picture in front of Mr. Michael Dees. Michael Dees is the founder and CEO of Myadvertisingpays, and Lynn Marie Booth is my wife, and she is also the Executive Secretary. And in essence, she actually does Mike's day-to-day job in the running of Myadvertisingpays. So, who is Mike Dees and why was Myadvertisingpays born? Mike Dees, Lynn and I met Mike in 2012. He was on the internet, a very experienced network marketer, and his method of approaching the market wasn't to say come and buy me or the programs that I've been involved with. He was a great blogger, a very experienced blogger, and did very well. And in doing so, he attracted Lynn to follow him for quite a number of months before they eventually got in communication via email. She began to trust Mike from a network point of view because his experience was good, and his recommendations also seemed worthy to be looked at, and indeed we joined some of the programs that he recommended. We eventually got in touch with Mike Dees, and we began to build a relationship, a friendship and a trust, and we continued with that through 2012 and into 2013. Now, as many people know, 2013 was not a good year for network marketing, and there are a number of reasons for that. One of the main ones, I believe, is that there were so many programs came online in 2013, it thinned out the people that were involved with this type of program, and people were getting confused with all the different programs coming online at the time. And as a consequence of that, if even the larger companies, when they lose sales, it weakens the structure of the company financially, and unfortunately some of those companies failed, probably mainly because they were badly managed. But nevertheless, as a consequence of that, Mike Dees became very frustrated with the industry and began to lose faith in it, so much so that he actually nearly finished with the industry completely. He contacted Lynn, he explained this to her, and he said the only way I would consider continuing in this industry is by building my own company. He said because it's the only one I could trust enough to pass on to other people for them to join and know that they will genuinely make money from a company. And he said, so I'm going to disappear for 3 months while I build a company. And that's exactly what he did. During this time, Lynn and I continued in network marketing. We had another business at the time, and we weren't doing very well as a bricks and mortar business, so we were looking quite seriously at network marketing at this time, and we even considered starting our own company up, because we employed IT people and marketing people for the double glazing world in the UK. Anyway, 3 months later, Mike Dees came back to us, and lo and behold, the concept of Myadvertisingpays was started. He proposed it to us, we went through it with him, and we liked the idea of it. We then decided to have a long meeting to discuss how Myadvertisingpays was going to be presented to the world, and Mike also needed some help, and he recruited Lynn and myself to help out with support initially from the UK, and we agreed to join in with that. And we were so convinced that this was the right thing to do, we decided to shelve our own idea of building our own advertising company and followed Mike down the road. That was in June 2013. Mike Dees is such a perfectionist, it actually took until mid-December before it was actually ready to be launched, because he made sure every single T and I was crossed and dotted. And here we are today, ladies and gentlemen. This is Myadvertisingpays. You're looking at Mike Dees, and yeah, it is the map to Easy Street. And I want to take you through a presentation that will give you a very brief and basic and comprehensive understanding of how this business actually works. And so we're going to go through a slideshow now, and I'll explain a little bit more about it. I think most people recognise that advertising, or the first type of advertising, was started way back a few hundred years ago in newspaper articles and adverts. And these are typical newspapers from the UK. One is a local free paper on the left-hand side with a circulation of under 67,000. And the one to the right is the Daily Mail, which is a national newspaper with a 1.8 million circulation. Now, the reason I mentioned the numbers of circulation is the fact that the greater the number of viewers, the more likely it is that you will sell the products that you've got to offer in that advertisement. So if you look at a small circulation and Observer, because you've got less viewers, the percentage tends to be between 1 and 3% of uptake on an offer, if the offer is good enough, obviously. And the reason it varies is the quality of the advert and the product and the price, obviously. Now, in a free newspaper, because you've got less people looking, you would therefore expect to pay less for that advert, and therefore you would normally sell in, for example, if you were selling a car or some equipment that you'd no longer any use for, you would more than likely advertise in a classic advert at the back of the newspaper. If you were a small business, you might actually be selling, cosmetic products or furniture for a house, or indeed double glazing windows, as I used to do. And many of these companies advertise in free papers, and they tend to cover most of the newspapers in a local area and don't pay a lot of money to do so. But there is a cost involved in developing and designing an advert to go into print. And the reason I mentioned this is that every newspaper doesn't just have the cost of the advert, but it's the cost of running the factory to print the newspaper, the cost of the materials, the cost of the management, and the staff that actually do the IT to put these adverts together. And therefore you will pay quite a substantial amount of money, of which most of it goes into the actual producing of the adverts and the printing of the newspaper. But the profit, no less, goes to exactly what you'd expect. The newspaper gets the profit for that. If you had something that you wanted to sell more of, you would consider spending a little bit more money, and it can be as little as 10 to 15 times more to place an advert with that sort of circulation of 1.8 million. And therefore you would put that in a national newspaper and you would expect to sell about the same percentage, 1 to 3%, but it's of a bigger number, so you will sell more products. So who gets the profit? As we said, from your advert, the newspaper gets the profit. Yeah. So where would you be advertising next month? That's entirely up to what you've got to advertise. So the newspaper ran very, very well until 2009. And the reason 2009 newspapers began to suffer with the response to advertising was that the internet became more usable, if you like. More people came online. The internet advertising world began to grow its legs, shall we say. Even though the internet's been around for quite a number of years, it was only 2009 that it began to grow its legs and become an opportunity for companies to consider advertising their products on. And some of the more well-known companies you'll see is Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, but there are many more mediums out there that have literally replaced the circulation of those newspapers for many advertisers. And this marketplace is indeed worth billions of dollars. Indeed, it's actually worth $1 billion a day, $365 billion a year. That's some amount of money. You can imagine the size of $1 billion. It's huge. And every day it turns over $1 billion, and that's being shared out by the companies that you see before you. It's a rapidly expanding market. I'm told it's around about 25% a year, which is a growth that very few people have seen for a long, long, long time. And the internet market is probably the biggest industry that the world has ever seen. And really, Myadvertisingpays is just that, really. It's a newspaper on the internet. It's no different than Google in many ways. It's no different than Facebook in many ways, in the way that it promotes and advertises itself. It exploits people to view advertising, and therefore, because you've got a large number of viewers, a bigger audience, then the value of the site increases. And again, in the same way that in a newspaper you've got opportunity to see, they call it, OTS, and the greater that number is, the greater the value that medium has, whether it's a newspaper or a radio advertising or a television advert. They all work off the same thing. The more the people that view, the greater the chances of selling what you've got to offer on that medium. So it's an online advertising platform. It has a website. It was born in Mississippi, which is where Mike Dees is from, and it was, as we said, launched in December 2013. The membership is growing at a rapid rate. We're currently at 45,000 today, and then it's growing at around about 4,000 a week. So in a few weeks' time, these figures are going to be well out of date, because simply people know when they're onto a good thing. People are beginning to recognise it, because it's an amazing advertising platform. Now, if you look generally at internet advertising, you would expect to see something what we call click-through rates in the stats. And a click-through rate means if you were searching for a particular product or item on the internet, many companies will be thrown up in front of you. And if it's something that attracts you, you are likely to click on it and go through to the website. Now, typical results for advertising on the big sites such as Google, Amazon and the like are anywhere from 0.5% to 1%. You may hear people say that they get as much as 3%. I find that very hard to believe, but there are some clever people out there that can find a way of attracting. But nevertheless, if you work on 0.5% to 1%, you would consider that good value for money advertising with any one of those companies. Now, why people are very excited, as you can see, we've got a picture of people throwing money up in the air. The reason they're excited is when they realise how good the advertising on Myadvertisingpays, they get very excited and begin to understand why it is a site that can generate profit for people. So how does it do that? Well, it has a click-through rate of between 10 and as much as 30%, which is phenomenal. Now, if you're advertising a product, it doesn't take a mathematical genius to work out that you are more than likely 10 to 20 times more likely to sell what you've got to offer, simply because of the number of people that are going to view your adverts on our sites. It's very simple to operate. People who've never done anything like this before find it very easy, because when you want to place an advert, what I would call an advert similar to the classic advert in a newspaper, you simply fill boxes in, you upload your details to it, and you put your link in there, and you simply submit it to the site, and it's on there immediately for people to view. And that's what you'd be doing in Myadvertisingpays. Your job will be to click those adverts every single day, and we'll cover that a little bit later on. So the masses are obviously very happy. We've got the foundation in place for Myadvertisingpays. It's growing extremely well. We're actually four times bigger than we expected to be at this current time. And entrepreneurs can accelerate their income very, very much with this program, because not only is it easy for them to understand as entrepreneurs on the internet, but also people that have never done this before are finding it very simple to find ways to earn money by advertising and selling their products, but also they will receive a profit share from the company when they own credit packs. It is not required, or it's not necessary for you to recruit people as you would expect in network marketing to make money with Myadvertisingpays. As I've just said, you will receive a profit share, which we're going to go into in a little bit more detail. But if you choose to refer people, then there is a greater benefit in introducing somebody to this company with your referral link. All that is set up for you in your back office. And if somebody decides to join using your referral link, then you will receive a commission from whatever they also spend on the site, just like you. And obviously, because it's something that you'll be doing, it will be very easy to explain to a new affiliate or recruit how exactly the company works. So, again, the feelings with Myadvertisingpays right now, or MAP as we know it is short, is sky high. And the reason for that is every single member is making money with Myadvertisingpays. And more importantly, they're having great success with the products they choose to advertise on the site. Every hour of every day, your money is climbing as a profit share with this company. No matter what you do for a living, when you join MAP, you earn every 20 minutes. Now that in itself is something to consider and think about. Every 20 minutes you will make money with this company. You're not waiting 30 days for your monthly wage to come in. You actually start to see money coming in the very first few minutes of starting with this company. So therefore, you're going to get paid 72 times per day, every 24 hours. And I find that quite exciting. It's something I was very excited about when Mike Dees first told me about it. I actually did wonder whether it was necessary to do that, but people do find it very exciting, the fact that you can actually see your profit share start to climb in that first 20 minutes of joining the company, which is phenomenal. So, how do we make money? Well, you've got to be an affiliate of Myadvertisingpays, so you've got to join. It's free to join, by the way. It doesn't cost you anything in that first 30 days to join the company. And what you would do if you wanted to join and become a profit share member is you would buy credit packs. So you would buy a number of credit packs, so we recommend that you buy as many as you can afford. They cost $49.99 each. And then you're required to click 10 other adverts on the site every day. As I explained earlier, every member clicking 10 sites per day means we've got a lot of people viewing our site that are looking at all the adverts that you or anybody else chooses to place on the site. And those are the traffic exchange adverts, or what I call the little classic or classified adverts that you would used to see in a newspaper. There are also banner advertising and pop-up advertising that you'll see around the site as well, and the site is being developed to do a lot more things. So simply owning credit packs and clicking 10 adverts per day, and you qualify for a profit share. And that's your work done. It takes around about 5 minutes a day to click 10 adverts. And it doesn't matter how many credit packs you own, you only are required to click 10 adverts per day. Wow, if people don't find that simple, I don't know what simple is then. So every day when you go to bed at night, believe it or not, when you wake up in the morning, you will have received a profit share in your available balance. And you can choose exactly what you want to do with that available balance, whether you want to take it out and put it through to your bank, straight through to your bank, or buy more advertising space. So click 10 adverts, random on your screen, they're rotating through the day, and you are buying credit packs at $49.99. If you want to go to work and carry on with your day job, or indeed go back to bed, that's entirely up to you. If you're an entrepreneur, most people don't work for a living, because unfortunately working for a living will never make you rich. So, what are the encouraging features? Well, it's free to join, as I said earlier, and you've got 30 days to familiarise yourself with the advertising platform and learn how the site works. And I do strongly recommend everybody reads through all the information that is available on the site. It is very simple to understand. It's very concise, and it covers everything that you need to know about being successful advertising and earning money on the platform. As I also said earlier, there's no sponsoring actually needed to make money, and that's quite genuine. You are a profit share member if you own credit packs and you click your 10 adverts every 24 hours. You are then qualified to receive a profit share. Local business owners can introduce their customers even, so it's a very good opportunity for your local businesses that would otherwise have advertised in those newspapers. It may well be worth them considering advertising on the platform if they've got a website. It is a fantastic advertising platform, as we've seen, and the results are growing and getting more and more encouraging every single day. Easy business. So we can earn money, as we said, every 20 minutes, every single day. It only takes, it says 10 minutes a day. It actually takes less than that. But if you see something of interest, you might spend a little bit longer just viewing that particular advert, because there are many different things that other people are advertising on that site. And as we said, we've now got 45,000 members advertising. That's a lot of advertising on the site. And we also have external companies advertising on our site. And why is that? It's quite simple. Because they know our success rate is growing every single day, our membership is growing, so the likelihood of them making a sale, they're very interested in advertising on our site. It's no different than your local businesses advertising on the local internet sites around where you might live, or indeed in the national or global sites. No different, it's exactly the same. If a company is climbing the Alexa rankings, it's considered a company worthy of spending some money advertising on that site, and that's exactly what's happening to Myadvertisingpays. We've grown through the Alexa rankings, and people are beginning to search and find us as a credible advertising platform. Easy again, no need to refer others, as we said again. There's no expensive office equipment needed. As we talked about with newspapers, you will understand that the reason the profit is greater within an internet business is it hasn't got a building or people or equipment to pay for. It requires no technical knowledge. Now, when I say no technical knowledge, you don't need to understand too much about working a computer other than being able to switch the thing on and log on to your particular Myadvertisingpays site. It's very quick to withdraw your money. It's simply a click of a button. As you will see on the website when you sign up, you will see your available balance growing every single day, and just below it there are a number of options, either to purchase more credit packs or advertising on the site, or simply click the withdraw button. It will take you through to the payment processor, which will transfer the money happily across to your bank. The cash flow for the business is it's been calculated by mathematicians. It is a very sustainable cash flow because it pays somewhere between 1 and 2% profit per day, which is very sustainable and will be here for many years to come. So, many people hear about these programs coming and going. One of the main reasons that a lot of companies vanish is they live outside the laws of compliance. Mike Dees was very conscious of this, and he employed the services of one of the top direct sales attorneys in the UK. He looked through the site, and he went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and he has made sure that we are compliant. And you will see when you sign up with Myadvertisingpays, there are terms and conditions that you must agree with for you to legitimately earn money as a profit share from this company. So it's 100% legal, it's ethical, and it's a compliant company. And it's also got one of the greatest products in the world, which is advertising, which is in great demand. So what are the simple facts? A lot of people will actually state now, and you'll see this as people advertise our business, it's impossible not to make money. Well, I tend to agree with it because simply clicking 10 adverts every day and receiving a profit share is pretty easy to do. 100% of the members make money every single day, which is, again, fantastic. Many of these programs that people get involved with, if you're not an experienced network marketer, unfortunately, most people aren't. They tend to make very little or even no money at all. And I'll repeat that again, 100% of Myadvertisingpays affiliates make money every single day. And that's only if you're just buying credit packs and clicking your 10 adverts every day. That's all you're required to do to receive a profit share. Buy credit packs and click 10 adverts every day. The more credit packs you own, the more money you will earn. You don't need to be a mathematician to work that out. If you're receiving a percentage profit per credit pack, the greater the number of credit packs, the greater the amount of profit share you will receive as a member. There's no hype, there's no pressure, and therefore there's no disappointment. I strongly advise people when they're trying to sell Myadvertisingpays not to try and put pressure on people. If they're not interested, that's okay. Leave them. There's plenty of other people around that might just be interested in what you've got to say about this company, and you'll find that very quickly your business will grow by referring people. It's not for everybody. Not everybody likes to sell or talk to anybody about what they're doing. But this is a simple fact. It doesn't take long for you to start to make money, and obviously if it's extra money, then the likelihood of you purchasing something that's a little bit out of your budget would be recognised by your family and friends, and they start to ask questions. If you turn up with a brand new motor car and you've never done that for years, somebody's going to want to know how you managed to pay for it. And I'm sure you'll be quite happy to explain to them that Myadvertisingpays has actually done that for you. So yeah, you do get paid for referring other people, and the maximum commission is 10% commission as a prime time member. Your first 30-day period is free to join, and you will receive commissions for introducing people at the maximum rate of 10%. And again, when you get on the site, you'll see the different levels and the different commission structure. But I would strongly advise that the place to be is the Primetime membership, simply for if you're going to refer people to get the maximum benefit. Because everything they spend on the site, you will receive a commission of 10% for that. Whatever money is on your account, you can withdraw it Monday to Friday, and you can do whatever you wish with that. It's entirely up to you. It's a very fast payment system. Reports are coming in with our new VX gateway of 24 hours from it leaving the account, from it leaving your MAP account and arriving in your bank account, wherever that is in the world. And it pays in, like we said, into your available balance to do that every 20 minutes or 72 times per day. Money for everybody fast. This is a bit of the marketing strategy that people talk about. You get paid real cash into your e-wallet, as we said, every 20 minutes. You can withdraw it daily, and you can repurchase, or you can repurchase more credit packs and multiply your earnings. Now, this is something people find difficult to understand. It's not really. Every time your available balance reaches $50, you can purchase another credit pack with that $50 from your available balance. Or you can withdraw it if you wish to take it out. So in other words, if you chose to withdraw $100 or $200 or $300, you would simply wait for the money every 20 minutes to click up in your available balance to the level of money you require, and simply then click the withdraw button. If you wish to grow your business, then you would want to purchase credit packs with that balance, and as soon as it reaches $50 or more, you would simply click that balance and purchase another credit pack from your available balance. The maximum credit packs you can own as a Primetime member is 1,200 credit packs. And the current earnings from 1,200 credit packs is somewhere in the region of $900 to $1,000 a day based on the profit share. As we said, it is a profit share and it does fluctuate. A lot of people get fixed on what they expect the profit to be on a daily basis, but as it is a profit, it is based on the company's profit, and that's divided by the number of credit packs in circulation at that time. Bonus features, there are other products on the site, and you'll learn this as you look through the site. There are free marketing tools. Very few companies have free marketing tools, and this does help you invite people. There is an email system, and there is a lead capture page system, and indeed you've got a capture page for your own website in Myadvertisingpays that you can simply copy the link and send out to your family and friends, and it does explain it in very simple terms. So it helps you invite, it accelerates your income, and it makes it all very easy to do. So it's not, you don't need to be a network marketer or a guru to be able to gain referrals and therefore gain more profit from working within the company. Personal Development Library, I think it's absolutely fantastic. There is a very good selection of powerful books that are the type of books that will prepare your mind to be able to market yourself, your product, and indeed improve yourself as a person and learn how a businessman goes about making money. And it's well worth the read on some of these books. And as I said, they're free to use, they're on the site, and when you join Myadvertisingpays, which again is free, you will have access to these books, and they're well worth the read. Just getting those books in your head is well worth it, because you'll be very successful if you choose to read through some of those books. And therefore it sets you up for life. You're learning a new skill. It's not just about advertising, but you're actually learning about yourself. You're learning about how to promote yourself, promote your business, and indeed grow that income. So, some very basic numbers. If you were to choose to join Myadvertisingpays, many people ask me, how many credit packs should I purchase? And that's the million-dollar question, really, because it's about what you can afford to purchase. I don't know what you as an individual can afford, but we would always recommend around about 20 credit packs is a very good place to start. 20 credit packs is $1,000, and with 20 credit packs, you're going to start to see your income climb quite quickly. You'll see every 20 minutes a couple of $3 or whatever it is will drop into your account, and it's well worth. It gets more exciting when you can see that amount of money building up. Now this is assuming that the the profit is $1 per credit pack per day. It's not currently running at that. It is a profit share, and like I said, it's an average. But we'll assume for this, for the benefit of ease, that it makes $1 a day. So after 60 days, one credit pack would actually achieve $60. Therefore, your credit pack now has achieved its maximum amount of money. You've had your advertising through that 60 days, and hopefully you will have sold something on the site with the advertising, because as we said, it's a very good click-through rate. So in 60 days, your $50 credit pack is now worth $60. 60 times 20 packs is $1,200, and for those of you that can't do the mental arithmetic, it's 120% of your money. So you will turn $1 into 1.2, or 1,000 into 1,200. Where else are you going to get that return? In anywhere from 2 to 3 months. And simply by clicking 10 adverts. That's not referring anybody, simply buying credit packs and clicking your 10 adverts every single day. So therefore, as we said earlier, if you earn $49.99 and you want to grow your business, that's exactly what you would do. It is a personal choice. It's entirely up to you. We strongly recommend you do it to reach a level where it's at a level of income that you would be happy with on a weekly or a daily basis, whichever you choose to withdraw your money out. You'll find your feet with that. You'll very quickly understand. Most people take about 4 or 5 weeks to actually get a basic understanding of how it works, and very quickly then want to actually purchase more credit packs. And you can do that by introducing more money to the business. In other words, you can buy more credit packs with your own money, or just simply allow your profit to purchase more credit packs and build that up. There's a limit, like we said, of 1,200 credit packs, which means that you've got to stop there and listen to this one, guys. You're then forced to make withdrawals. Gee, the company actually forces you to take your money out. How many companies advertise that? So a good challenge to you guys, if you can get to 1,200 credit packs, I'm sure you're going to be very happy chappies, or very happy mappers, as many people already are within our affiliate company. When you originally do your search through your link that you are given by your sponsor, you will land on this page, which is a sign-up page. There's a lot of information on this page. If you care to look around it, you'll see that there are some banner advertising on there. There are testimonials of existing affiliates. There's a banner ad running across the top where the red arrow is. And just below that, there is some small lettering, how it works, why us, satisfied customers, and a blog. If you click on any one of those, it will take you through to either a video or a blog for giving you the latest information about Myadvertisingpays. So it's well worth you spend a little bit of time just browsing through this. If you're a happy chappy when you've read this and you decide to sign up, you will simply click the red box at the top of the screen where it says join today, and it will then take you through to the sign up page, and it's very easy to complete. Now, there's some important information on here, and I do advise people to read this information. It does actually tell you that it's important. Make sure that this is your sponsor's name, the person who introduced you to this business, who check it out first. In other words, if your friend John introduced you to the business and he sent you his link, when you click his link, when you go through to the sign-up page, it should give you his name as a sponsor at the top of the page. If it doesn't, there's a very good reason for that. And what that usually means is, as you've been browsing the internet, you will have gathered what they call cookies on your in your browser. And what you simply need to do is clear those out, go back to the beginning, come back out of it, click your friend's link again, and you'll find his name should appear at the top of the page where it says sponsor. You then go through this page and you put in your details, and I'm sure there's only you know those details. It's very, very easy. It's just like any form that you fill out. Some of the things that are quite important to list it down the right-hand side: email address. Your username is a name that you are familiar with and you might want to use because you can remember it. Again, with passwords, everybody knows passwords. We're all familiar with them these days. There's a first and a second password for additional security, and it's advisable that you note them down somewhere safe, that you can always refer to them. And it is case sensitive, so be conscious of using symbols, capitals and numbers. There's also a PIN number. The PIN number is very important when you come to alter things on your personal profile, or indeed when you withdraw money through the payment processor. So a PIN number is a PIN number that you can confidently again remember. Many people choose to use obvious ones like the date of birth, or indeed a PIN number that they're familiar with on perhaps a card they would use at the ATM machines. And then you've also got a secret questions and answer. If you forget any of this information, our support team is an excellent support team. They are around the clock, 24 hours a day. Somebody is available to answer your support ticket, and they will be asking for the answer to your secret question with personal information. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure explaining this business, because it's a pleasure being involved with this business. So it's entirely up to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an opportunity I would strongly recommend not to miss. Take care, and bye-bye for now.